Hello everyone, welcome back to Reverses, the versus show we use research and paint two characters from different universes to face off with each other. Today we're faced off with two characters from anime, which one of them have a creative mind and one of them is, well, how to say that, but pervy. Would that be Katsuragi versus Momo Yakurizio? Is that right? That's how I pronounce that name? Her last name? Well, okay. With that being said, the characters for this fight is between from the Senran franchise versus My Hero Academia. Let's see with their minds. Let's see what they can do. Alright, let's start with Katsuragi. Katsuragi, or Gie, is pretty much a Shinobi, the third-year student of Hanzo Academy, school for female ninjas. Is that right? Really? Is that the plot? Okay, anyways, Katsuragi, it's been a third-year student along with her other companions, especially with her year and second. That being said, she's a skilled ninja, and what all started is when she was a kid, when she was young with her pet dog. Basically, now her parents were both Shinobis and left her alone because due to their issues, they pretty much abandoned her, which I think she made about being lonely, despite having her dog. And then years later, she became a little bit pervy, especially arresting one of her members. How could I feel like that? It was the fact that everything fell upon her pervy from her childhood. Huh. Well, anyways, on Fire's side, Katsuragi is pretty much like I said before, and with her training from the Hanzo Academy, especially her mentor, she's created some wicked techniques, especially with Shinobi ones at best, which we'll get to later on. This is just mostly an origin for now. As for Momo, however, her origin, and especially her backstory, why she got into, well, the school of UA High School, it's pretty much unknown how she managed to be. However, we do know that she was born to a rich family, and such, due to being a higher heir, she was sent to UA High School to develop her quirks. And for those who don't know what quirk is, well, it's based on another word saying superhero powers, or superpowers at best. And her quirk, which we are going to get to sooner or later, is actually surprisingly, no pun intended, creative in some way. But anyway, that being said, Katsuragi as a Shinobi forms of techniques, especially or Shinobi transformation, which it will give the user to earn energies and as well producing some clothing. When transforming, they don't move, but they use them outfits. And for Katsuraga's case, revealing. Seriously, if you look at her outfits, it's mostly the fact it's pretty much for sex appeal, for sex appeal. With that being said, she also has a Shinobi barrier, where create barrier protecting herself in a small pocket dimension, and some secret arts, which is impressive, but basically not a little interesting at best. As for Momo's case, her quirk is surprisingly special, which is creation, where she can produce some different objects from her body, literally from her body, especially with higher situations, especially creating some objects where it be more big. Although it could result her to, well, you know what I'm gonna say, less clothing, but in either case, with turned down a situation like these, she gonna need to create some objects, no matter what the sacrifices are. And basically not only that, thanks to her ability, she actually pretty skilled with her genius intellect at best, especially with the fact that she is the most high ranking of the S-class intelligence. Surprisingly, she's a genius, especially with accurate skills, which are pretty strong, especially coming up with plans as well as strategy with her team. And very much, she is pretty good at it. Of course, like a Shinobi is surprisingly, yes, this is the clip I can find. Yoshi actually has some few techniques, especially with some others such as Persia, where she can use her metal boots to create kicks, especially tornado spin, where she crushes down and bends herself, and spin like a breakdancer, and the sprint mode, where a technique is able to, let's say, boost her up. And her final technique is the Bloody Dragon, which is a killer dragon, or well, you know what I'm gonna say, or technique. And for Momo, even though she has a fancy techniques, mostly because she is just most likely actually weird, but she is herself, especially with the organization of students with good level of skill. That leads her to be earning the first place in the course international test. And yeah, she is technically good at one thing, which Kijutsu, a technique that pretty much gives user to be skillful with really several weapons, such as the bow staff as well as others in my field. And basically now, due to that, she is pretty much good at both offense and defense at best, depending on which one you want to take it. Like, she can carry a bow staff or something. She is quite incredible, especially with throwing several feats at her belt, especially able to one being first place in domination, as well as defeating Atsuki, especially with outsmarting the most genius level student who can able to multiply her own intelligence at least. But however, to each character, they also have their flaws. As for Trixie is most likely can resist to want to, based on she mostly highly formal when her clothes are completely ripped. And basically, now, despite all this, her Shinobi abilities can't lead her to be open, especially with the fact that she have a limit. And when well, basically now, due to her lack of, well, basically now, being a third-year student, she mostly has a loss of fights in the past, especially with usually be on teams, and or sometimes when one-on-one fights, mostly because of fact she got help. And I know this is throwing out away, but I think due to loneliness. But that's just very scratch, because her other big witness, she's a big pervert and mostly grab her opponent's boots or even her friends in a serious fight. As for Momo, despite being at a strong high tier, she struggled with getting gut decisions, especially strategizing on flights and facing issues with civil interference, and due to her quirk, she's mostly use small, not larger objects, and sometimes she can be overthinking and can, like, especially compared to her other classmate at best. And surprisingly, with all that being said, she can be a bit, well, basic enough. I don't know what I should say. That's a lot to say in the pre-analysis, but of all their flaws, both of them are pretty skilled with their creativity minds. Well, I think Christian mostly with pervert side at best. And not only that, they are pretty skilled with taking on their own. Getting them at best, well, and they're alright, they're strongest. But however, this is a battle between characters that are a bit creative, the Shinobi or the hero. Although I should go with the Shinobi, which in my opinion is pretty cool. But however, this is a fight to see who will win. If I were to see one character who wins this fight, it would be the one that is, well, surprisingly much more creative than the other. With that being said, the winner of this episode will be going to Momo sorry, still could not pronounce the name right. Anyways, Momo pretty much won the fight with all the good reasons. Now to be fair, Yuki does have her advantages, especially some higher stakes. That being she much more superior in lifting strength, as well as being much more faster than Momo. But however, despite that, Momo is pretty much superior towards Chrissy with all good reasons. And yet, there are some advantages that Momo has to see. For starters, let's get this out of the way with intelligence. She is mostly a high-strength genius, especially with one few things. One, she's much more skilled as well as being the S-class student, knowing for the fact that she is a higher, smart genius which comes with both strategy, creativity, as well as both strategizing in both defense and offense, especially recognizing some opponents and also outsmarting them at best, especially with a student who can able to multiply her own intelligence at best. And knowing that, she is also really skilled, mostly because of the fact that she is a practicing one technique, but she has experience against others who are smarter even at their own risk level. And that's we have got to the other thing, their striking strength. Now comparing to this should go towards against Kurti, but as you comparing to Momo's speech while recording this, especially watching back to the anime, especially reading back in the manga, Momo's creativity quirk, well actually creation, is far superior, especially can create a cannon that easily take out a 0.5, which it can't able to go at best safe block level, surprisingly. If I were to give it a best, with her, thanks to her creation quirk, she actually could win this fight. And basically enough, which that with, and also gain her durability. Now keep in mind, while the Shinobi barrier is somewhat superior than what she expressed, superior is basically not giving her a durability advantage. But then again, comparing to this, it's pale comparison towards this debate, considering the fact that Kurtzy can't able to fight much more tons, especially going to other characters, which it, at paper could work, in theory. Despite being skilled to, she mostly get hit by SK as well as other Shinobi characters in the Senran universe. While at best, well, may not be impressive, but it is worth mentioning that the fact that thanks to Momo's creative she is able to handle against the Shinobi. Well, Keshiya is pretty much a skilled fighter at her own rights, and being much more faster at superior lifting strength. However, even with all that, It wasn't enough to take down Momo because thanks to her quirk creation, it gave her with both striking train, but experienced genius, especially even though less superior durability, has withstood anything, especially with our techniques. So in the end, if I were to give one thing, I guess that because it can will touch Momo's bosoms, but I think that's not enough, considering the fact that My Hero Academia is full of heroes, especially encountering some weird things. You could say this fight was nothing but Korea end for Katsuragi. Yeah, basically no. That being said, the winner of this episode between the Korea minds is going towards Momo Yusuke or Yusuke from My Hero Academia. Yep. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode, and I thank you guys for watching out, especially thanks for 300 subscribers. And basically enough, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hopefully this will not happen again, considering the current episode is being worked on. Especially enough the fact that this matchup was originally gonna be Yang Xiaolong versus Katsuragi, but I want to mix it up a bit, considering that I seen that Momo never actually got enough attention. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hopefully next time this will be different instead of the 2 additional ones after the current one that's being worked on. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and like I said, there's gonna be a Q&A coming up. Hopefully you guys will be doing that. Since we're still on topic, first of all, Kagura Decay versus Lightning Brand is gonna be finished pretty soon. Hopefully do this month, or maybe in April, depending on which day it's gonna be developed. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I really like you guys to like, share, subscribe, and hopefully this matchup will be finished during that time. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and have a good day, and for the sake of all, happy 11th day, depending which day is pretty much been recorded to.